and has just got up to beat Danehill Country, possibly Sunshine Sam, and the other one Sentimental Tour. We'll get those third and fourth numbers shortly after the running of race 4 on the card there at Rose Hill today. Now, weight is right at Caulfield. Everything okay there. Correct weight after 6, 8, 13 and 10. Weight is right. There's the divs. $25.550 for Jack O'Day. Over Expansive and Bojack. $5,203. The trifecta there. And a first four of $36,483.40 on 6, 8, 13 and 10. $36,483.40. Doomben, they parade. This was recorded earlier. Heavenly Cruise. It's at $14 today. Paul Hammersley to ride and was a winner 3 runs back. Number 2, General Patton, back from a spell. Pretty smart on its day and has been a winner first up before for Brian Guy. Michael Rodd to ride. Number 3 is Rule of Engagement. Scott Galloway aboard. Long odds today. Has had 2 runs back from a spell. Hasn't done much yet. And raced at Randwick last start. Has had a freshen up since. 4th, A Fleet of Zephyr. And Dan Nicklick, the rider, $36, a winner of an Ipswich maiden last start, is a 2-year-old. And they all are, in fact, in this Richmond Grove Golden Stakes. It is a listed race. There's the divs at Rose Hill, 201 the trifecta. Sunshine Sam, and 4th there at Rose Hill was number 9, Sentimental Tour. There's Ken Grande. Damien Brown is the rider today, $15 chance, and ran quite a good race. 2 runs back when second. Star Shiraz is the favourite. A little better odds now. Won very nicely first up at this track is Bisequalo, this filly. 4 starts, 2 wins, 2 placings. Looks hard to beat. Muralana, Starthy Casitas' ride, a filly by Ergen. 3rd recently in a Toowoomba trial to get it fit for this. A good winner at Eagle Farm last time round. Serene Note, Mitch Rice's ride here is long odds, $42. Star of Asia, Jim Burns' ride is given a chance. Number 10, a filly by Mossman. It's at $9.20. And won at Eagle Farm over the 1200 last start. Alan Bailey trains. And what else have we got? Seattle Zip. It's coming back from a spell today. Chris Muntz is the rider. Long odds. Was a winner at Eagle 3rd at Eagle Farm at its only start. Won a barrier trial prior to that. And there's a filly by Admiralty. Diamonds and Pearls is the other runner, and it's at long odds. And number 14 is a scratcher, 13 is a scratching. So pretty short, this filly that's been so consistent, Star Shiraz, and certainly does look the one to beat. That's it in picture, if you had a bet on Star Shiraz heading to the start there with Zach Purton, the rider. Does look hard to beat, Larry.
Yes, it does, Chris. If it gets beaten, we should throw all the ratings out the door, because, like, when she won here the other day, admittedly it was a 2-year-old fillies, but the fillies have been very strong here in Brisbane. But she carried 58.5. She had 15 early that day, went back to last, and then she just swished all over the top of them. Now she's in today with 52.5. So that's a huge drop, you know. So how can she get beaten? She looks very good in the enclosure. They're going to ride it the same way. Anyway, I had to go for her. 7 to win from 8. Muralana, she's got the blinkers on. She can press this filly in the 2 runs before a spell, but with the blinkers on, I think she's right in it here. The top weight, Heavenly Cruise, I thought his run the other day was quite a good run. I thought he was probably the best of the colts. Then I went down to the 11 Seattle Zip. She's a nice filly too. I put her in. A couple of others I thought did look well was 2 General Patton, 3 Rule of Engagement, and the other horse, 5 Golden Fox, looked well. A good race, but I'll tell you what, Star Shiraz coming in with 52.5. By gee, it's hard to see her getting beaten. So yes, she should win. 7 to win from 8, 1 and 11, Chris.
All right, thanks, Larry, as they're still heading around to the start there. Late backing for Golden Fox sees it into $5.90. There is that minor protest there at Morfordville, as expected. 4th against 3rd. Interference from the 200 to the 100-metre mark, or the 150-metre mark. 2, 5, 3 and 4 as they stand at the moment. OK, now a short time ago, Larry also caught up with Zach Purton.
Well, race 4 here, Star Shiraz. By gee, it was one of the runs of the day. The other day, Zach, can she repeat it?
Yeah, it was a nice win the other day. She got back, done a lot of work, finished too strong. They've given us an awkward barrier again today, so I'll probably have to go back, ride it much the same, yeah. And we'll just have to see how our cards fall at the 400 and take it from there.
Did she impress you?
She did impress me, yeah. She's dropping a bit in weight, which is another positive, so I think she's right in this race.
Right, race 5, St Basil. Gee, his form's been good this time up.
It's been very good, yeah. He's been unlucky in his last 3 runs. Stepping up to the 10 furlongs today, which was probably his biggest test. 58 on his back. Probably press forward. Hopefully I can sort of give him a cuddle there somewhere and try and get him to get the 10 furlongs.
And first 4, 2008 66.70, 2008 66.70. Protest continues at Morfordville on the previous, and that is 4th against 3rd as they stand at 2.
Now we're waiting on these last few to be loaded. I note Star Shiraz out the back, just kept on the move by Zach Purton. Ken Grande moves in here. Star of Asia coming up to the line. She's got a great race record. She's had the 3, whoops, up she goes. She's had the 3 starts for the 2 wins and a 3rd. Diamonds and Pearls to come up and Star Shiraz. If you're looking for Star Shiraz, it's well-named races in the Shiraz colours, actually. Near enough, purple, green and yellow sash with the yellow cap. And I suppose if there's a topical tip on Richmond Grove Day, it would be Star Shiraz. So Star of Asia, she can be a little bit balky at the gate. She's done this on a couple of occasions as filly by Mossman. And now the rider has dismounted Jimmy Byrne. And then Diamonds and Pearls and Star Shiraz to move up into the gates. Betting-wise here, Star Shiraz has been a little bit easy. Gee, there's good money for Moralana here, number 8. Good money, Moralana. Golden Fox is steady in the market. Moralana number 8's been very well backed. Very well backed indeed. Just, you'd think probably might be looking for a bit further, Moralana, than the 1200 on the indications that I've seen her. She's got a good race record too. What's her go? She's had the 4 starts, 2 wins and a 2nd. She ran 2nd Isle Weight and she beat Little Beautiful and she won again in February at Eagle Farm. Now, the last 2 to come up, Star of Asia goes in. Diamonds and Pearls now goes up. Marauding filly takes her place in the field. And here comes the favourite, the daughter of Sequalo, Star Shiraz, into the line. So they're all set to go now. This is the Golden Stakes at listed level. Zach Purton on the favourite from the wide gate. He said he'll ride her out the back, probably like last time. We'll see how they break. They're off and racing now, and Star Shiraz from the outside was actually the first to go, but Purton's made up his mind in the early part. He's going to go back. He's going back the 2nd and 3rd last, and she's wide early. Past the 1,000 metres mark, and Golden Fox goes to the lead. It's Golden Fox in front going up to the first corner. Heavenly Cruise not far away. Over on the inside, a Fleet Zephyr's prominently placed as they go round the top corner. Cyranote 4th. Moralana's next on the inside, being followed by Seattle Zip and Star of Asia. 2 to Diamonds and Pearls, followed by Rules of Engagement, General Patton, Ken Grande and Star Shiraz is last, and Purton's about to cut loose now. 500 to go, coming to the turn. Golden Fox a neck, Heavenly Cruiser, Fleet Zephyr 3rd on the inside, followed by Cyranote. Further back, Moralana, Star of Asia and Star Shiraz is starting a long run from the back as they corner. Golden Fox leads in the straight from Heavenly Cruise, Cyranote, Star Shiraz down the outside, and then comes Star of Asia. Golden Fox kicks at the 200. It's Golden Fox out by 2. Star Shiraz 2nd from Heavenly Cruise, but Golden Fox is well clear. Star Shiraz can't make up the ground, and Golden Fox wins it easily from Star Shiraz. Heavenly Cruise 3rd, Photo 4th, Cyranote or Rule of Engagement from Star of Asia, Moralana. Further back in the field, Diamonds and Pearls, followed then by Ken Grande, a Fleet Zephyr, General Patton, and last time in the race is Seattle Zip. Gee, a horse on the way up in a big hurry. Number 5, Golden Fox, ridden by Scott Seamer, to pay $5.60 and $2. 7 second, Star Shiraz. I know what Zach Purton's going to say when he comes in, I'll tell you. He should have let it go forward when it jumped so well. I'll guarantee you 100% when Zach comes in, I know what's happened. He didn't think the horse would jump. The horse flew out of the gate, Star Shiraz. And I reckon they've already made up their mind to ride the horse quiet. So instead of going forward on it, he's probably thought, oh, well, no, I'll go back. That's how I won last week. And I'll guarantee you, on a month of Sundays, when you ask him when he comes back in the gate, he'll say, I should have just kept going where I was. But anyway, it didn't, and General Fox went forward and won the race, and Heavenly Cruise has run the place.
For this 4th event, number 2, Studebaker, back from a break today, Alf.
Yeah, first up, look, Dead track form outstanding.
The Star of Shiraz and Heavenly Cruise, $7.30 and $117. The trifecta there in race 4, with the first 4 to come. Now, and it's the final one for coverage here, which is the Weight for Age Riccarton Gold Cup. And Irish Rover is the rating special here. The best back runners, Branson at 19, Danzaman 860, support Green Street. Favourite Irish Rover at 230, Jack Be Nimble and Society Bow are given chances. And further down, Hustler at 16, 830 for Cabela. And down the bottom there, Bailey's on Ice at 14. That's the Riccarton Gold Cup coming up in 12 minutes from now. Meantime, they're making a good line at Caulfield for the running of race 4. Hardy still favourite. Best back to beat at Air Cooled is Greg for the 4th.
So Hardy Steele, the easing favourite, Air Cooled second pick. Studebaker's gone for a bath in the betting. Pretty solid Oamaru Storm, fires second up and likes it wet. Now Mikhail moved in, completed the line for the 4th. To start the quaddie, they're set to go. 1400 race number 4, all clear, they're away. Elbarak jumping well on the inside. Soon after the start, Kell just gets back a little bit, and Air Cooled the grey is going for the lead, and so is Oamaru Storm up there, and Hardy Steele is between them as they settle into stride. So it's Air Cooled being pressed now by Oamaru Storm. Hardy Steele in third placing, a length and a half Elbarak, who's running 4th on the inside. Smoking Barrel travelling 3 wide. Kell pokes up in the centre. A length and a half further back is Mikhail on the outside, and then Tubarak and Studebaker 2 lengths away. To the railway side they go. Oamaru Storm heading to the 800, leading by a very narrow margin here because Air Cooled had moved up to join it, and Hardy Steele has now posted 3 out. Elbarak a length and a half away, 4th on the inside, followed by Kell and Smoking Barrel. Another length and a half further back is Mikhail, Tubarak, and Studebaker is last. At the 500 metres they race, a line of 3. Oamaru Storm on the inside, Air Cooled and Hardy Steele making a line of 3. Smoking Barrel moved up to 4th on the orange colours, followed by Kell, Mikhail, Elbarak, Tubarak and Studebaker. They swing for home now. Hardy Steele 3 out, Air Cooled in the middle, and Oamaru Storm still giving on the inside. The 3 leaders from Smoking Barrel, Mikhail, Studebaker the widest runner past the 200 metre mark now. Air Cooled fighting tenaciously. Hardy Steele, here comes Studebaker right down the outside. It's Air Cooled, Hardy Steele, Studebaker. Smoking Barrel got crowded. Studebaker comes from last. He's just too good. Studebaker beat Hardy Steele. Photo finish for third between Air Cooled and Mikhail wide out. Tubarak close up, then Smoking Barrel, who met interference, followed by Elbarak, and then Oamaru Storm dropped out to second last, and last in was Kell. Well, he was the best horse in the field. He was a huge drifter on track. First time he'd been on a slow or heavy track, and he came from last and just swallowed them up down the outside. His 6th victory in 11 outings, and his 2nd win from 4 first up performances. Good racehorse, this fellow. Number 2, Studebaker wins it. Stephen Baster and John Hooks. He's just a class animal there. It did get a little bit tight, and Smoking Barrel was the recipient of some squeezing and interference in the straight, which was a bit costly for him. But I don't think it would have made much difference to the winner. He's just sailed around the field and been all too good. To Studebaker first. Now, second placing, Hardy Steele has got second, number 7. 10 is third, Mikhail. So 2, 7 and 10. 4th home going to Air Cooled, who had it for much of the straight, just the last little bit. He's been run down. 2, 7, 10, and 4th in number 8. He'll win better races, this fellow. He's a horse who's got a bit of quality on these. And he looks all quality too, doesn't he?
He does, thanks Greg. Yeah, he's a nice horse, isn't he? Studebaker lightly raced, trained by John Hawkes, a 4-year-old by Lord Ballina, and he's now had 11 starts, 6 wins and 2 placings. And of course he last raced 7 months ago when won the Group 2 Turnbull over Pentastic. Studebaker, brilliant to win first up at Caulfield on this wet track today. Steve Baster, the winning rider. Now, that protest dismissed at Morfordville, placing stand there. The protest is dismissed. Let's see, the first 4 on the previous there, Doomben, 5, 7, 1 and 3, 959.
Branson ready in 2 next to I'm a Royal. Danzaman's drawn close in, as has Jan Valachi and Oella. Starter has them settled. They're ready. Should jump any second. They're off and racing. Canterbury Gold Cup field. Jan Valachi jumped well. Best out, wide out on the track. Hustler going to the front. Bailey's on ice, and further out Irish Rover's going to take them on. And Green Street charging through the centre. Great battle for the front here. Hustler, Green Street, Irish Rover. About 3 lengths, Jack Be Nimble, Danzaman. A gap to Bailey's on ice. It's followed by Branson down on the inside between them. Il Tenore, Society Bow. About 2 lengths further back to Border Calendowella. Followed then by our Shiraz getting back Cabela. And at the tail end of the field early is I'm a Royal. Green Street has reached the lead as they head inside the 1400. 3 lengths to the good of Hustler. Irish Rover third. Moving up out wide Society Bow. Danzaman's on it. Centre and up on the inside of the pair of them. Jan Valachi. Jack Be Nimble eases a little bit. Branson's on its inner. Followed by Bailey's on ice. Oella was next. Il Tenore outside that. 2 lengths away to Border Calendon Cabela. And about a length to our Shiraz and I'm a Royal. So the Canterbury Gold Cup field at the 1,000 metres, and Green Street leads them out of the back 3/4 to the good of Hustler. Danzaman and Irish Rover are there. Jan Valachi's handy is followed by Branson down on the inside, and Society Bow 800 to go. Jack Be Nimble was next. Then came Bailey's on ice, followed by Oella. Heading the rest around the turn, Cabela and Border Calendar, Il Tenore, and 2 lengths away our Shiraz and I'm a Royal. They're heading for home now. 550 to go, and Green Street in front. It's Green Street, and moving up to it the outside, Hustler and Irish Rover. David Walker seems to have a pretty good grip of the favourite. Green Street in the straight, 400 to go. Irish Rover's gathered it in and gone to the lead. Hustler's giving plenty. Here's Danzaman out to have a crack at them, and Jan Valachi. Bailey's on ice, and Cabela threading a path through behind them. 200 to go. Irish Rover, Danzaman, Branson through. Cabela trying to follow it. Branson's reached the lead. Inside the last 100, Branson kicks away. Branson to win it from Cabela, Danzaman, Irish Rover, followed by Oella, and next across was I'm a Royal, Border Callan. Heading the rest, Bailey's on ice, Jack Be Nimble, Jan Valachi. Then came Green Street alongside of Society Bow, and Il Tenore back with them as Al Shiraz and Hustler.
Nice win to Branson in the Weight for Age Riccarton Gold Cup, 16:10.420 over Cabela, number 10, and Danzaman will get third, number 3. 2:10.3. Concluding our coverage from New Zealand today with the big one of the day, the Riccarton Gold Cup. Morfordville, Robinson, 16:10.420 over Cabela and Danzaman, 88.40, 184.90, 1,879. The trifecta, 2:10.3. Now, Rosehill is 4 minutes away, and the event, the 5th event on the card, and this one is over the 1400 for the 3-year-olds. 460 Desert Ransom. The 2 and the 3 given chances. Bouchette 550. 480 our Jinmar, winner last Monday. Magic Quest 940. Romare and Fictitious Lady, some chance too. And so is Matey at $16.17 for Olivia DeBell. To the Weight for Age Doomben Carnival Cup. 350 Distinctly Secret, 670 This Man Should. Another Warrior given a chance. Go down to 350 St Basil. Equal favourite with Distinctly Secret. And support for Zana at 530. Now let's head to Ian for his call of Race 5 Rosehill.
Racing this time, and immediately Magic Quest out the back. Bouchette jumped well, as did Romare. Matey right up there. Fictitious Lady looking for the lead, and very wide out and improving Superior Satine. Midfield next is our Jinmar, followed by Chosen Light. Desert Ransom improving, but Pratted very wide out. A couple of lengths further back in the field, Olivia DeBell, and then comes McAllister, Magic Quest and Mistress Lily. They race onto the first corner and leave the 1,000 pole behind them. Fictitious Lady is the leader. Romare running second, Superior Satine wide third. Bouchette getting a nice posse fourth, the inside of Matey and wider Desert Ransom to our Jinmar. And then comes on the inside Chosen Light, Olivia DeBell hunting out very, very wide. About 2 lengths further back comes Magic Quest from McAllister and Absolute in the field as they work past the 600 Mistress Lily. On towards the corner at the 500 marker, and Fictitious Lady leads Romare a length. Superior Satine. Bouchette is just waiting for the run from Matey and Desert Ransom. And then comes Chosen Light in need of a and out, and our Jinmar likewise well in the straight down to the 300 marker. Fictitious Lady the leader. Bouchette, there's room for it to come away from the rails now. He switches back to the inside. He was going to come round Fictitious Lady, changed his mind. Chosen Light got the run, got chopped out on Bouchette, and now Romare and Desert Ransom on the outside, and deeper is our Jinmar. Desert Ransom, Chosen Light to the line together. Chosen Light or Desert Ransom from our Jinmar. Great finish. And then Romare, Matey, Fictitious Lady, followed by Olivia de Belle, Superior Satine, and then came Magic Quest. She had a checkered run in the straight on Bouchette, followed by Mistress Lily, and McAllister has run at the tail of the field.
Very close finish. Perhaps Chosen Light over Desert Ransom and our Jinmar. We'll get the result of the photo shortly after the running of race 5 at Rose Hill. It appears that Chosen Light may have won. Now, Doomben, Distinctly Secret, is back for another campaign in the winter of this carnival again, where has a 3-year-old. He ran some mighty races, didn't he? 350 he is today, equal favourite with St Basil at 350. This man should given a good chance at $6.80. Another Warrior and Zevda chances too. And Zvezda, let's look further over, and you've got 5:30 about Xana. There's Scott Galloway, who's drawn the rails too. Okay.
It's hard to sort of sum up the form in a race like this, so you know, I think he'll go very well, but you just don't know. There's a couple of horses here that are pretty smart as well.
You arrived here, when was it, last Sunday?
Yeah, last Sunday, and they've settled in a treat and done really well.
So out of the two, would it surprise you if they both won?
You're going to need luck to always win races at this carnival, but they're two very good horses and they'll race very well.
Yes, you always prepare them well here, Mark. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Larry.
Good luck with Mark with his 2 good chances, Distinctly Secret in this and King's Chapel in the next. They're making a good line, so let's head to Alan for the Doomben Carnival Cup.
But Distinctly Secret's a class performer, and I'm sure he'll race well. St Basil led around by one of the gatemen. I just think he's the real improver, St Basil. I've got to sneak. Isn't it funny? He's 6-year-old. He's only had the 28 starts. Steve Bevan Lemming's been patient with him. I remember when he first burst on the scene in restricted ranks a couple of years ago. 3 years ago it would have been now. And this campaign, he won here first up. He was out of luck in the Wheatwood, and the other day behind Alfonso ran a terrific race with a big weight. And Bevan's decided to step him up in distance. He's decided to go towards the Doomben Cup with him and more than freshen him up for a race like the Stradbroke Handicap. And we'll see how he handles the distance today. I guess at the end of the day, if he can't handle this distance today, he still can freshen him up for the Stradbroke, can't he? He'll still have time left. But he's a horse that's coming right at the right time, St Basil. If he runs this distance here, and I feel he will, he should be terribly hard to beat. They're all in the stalls now, set to go. Lights are on. St Basil's a grey. Distinctly Secret's in the orange colours. They're drawn barriers 9 and 11. They're all set to go. Xana, the inside runner. Waiting on Conquest. The gate's open and they're off and racing. And St Basil left pretty well. Distinctly Secret's going to go back behind them. Vesta was the first to ping out of the gates and goes to the lead. Xana's going to settle second. Here comes Like a Govern. This man should. And St Basil's trying to race on the speed. At the line the first time, and Like a Gov, the leader, joined by This Man Should. Vesta third, Bush Triumph fourth, and St Basil's a little bit deep as they go to the turn out of the straight, but he's about to get in now. Xana's going to settle back sixth on the inside, then another Warrior. A length to Raspberry Ripple on the inside of the Mighty Lines. Nordis travels 3 deep, and then Make Me a Miracle on the inside of Distinctly Secret, and 2 last of all was Conquest. They head to the next corner, 1,400 metres to go. Like a Gov, the leader by 1 length. This Man Should's going a bit keenly second. Zvezda third, St Basil fourth. 1 away from the rail with a perfect run. A length and a half to Xana on the inside of Bush Triumph. Another 2 lengths to another Warrior. Nordis travels 3 deep. Raspberry Ripples on the rail. A length away the Mighty Line. lines in front of Make Me a Miracle, Distinctly Secret, and Conquest is last of all. They're heading up to the top corner, 900 metres left to go. Like a Gov by 1 length. This Man Should seconds, Vez to third, St Basil travels fourth. A length and a half then to Xana, getting a lovely run. Fifth in the inside, a Bush Triumph. A couple of lengths further back, another Warrior. They're putting a bit of power in the race now. Then Raspberry Ripple, followed then by the Mighty Lines, Distinctly Secret, third last from Make Me a Miracle, and last of all is Conquest. Inside the 600 metres they run. Like a Gov, Wonder Orders, This Man Should's third. Vesta's on the inside. St Basil travels fifth as they come to the corner. Xana's trying to get onto his back from Bush Triumph, another Warrior, and Distinctly Secret's a long way from them. Like a Gov leads in the straight from This Man Should. Here's St Basil cut loose with the big guns on the outside. Further back is Norders, and then came Xana and another Warrior, but St Basil went to the lead from This Man Should with 100 to go. Another Warrior next to the outside. St Basil and This Man Should. This Man Should's fighting back. This Man Should's going to outstay St Basil, and This Man Should beat St Basil ahead. Another Warrior's 3 lengths away, third, followed by Xana fourth. The next time, Like a Gov, Distinctly Secret got home when it was all over from Make Me a Miracle, Norders. Then came the Mighty Lines. Further back in the field, Bush Triumph, followed by Zvezda. A long way back to Raspberry Ripple, and last time in the race is Conquest. Oh, he's a tough horse, isn't he? St Basil having his first run at the distance. Just did him in. He had his first go at 2,000 metres. He had the race won. But he's run into a very tough campaigner, and This Man Should. He's been around everywhere, and he's tough. He's tough as an old boot, and he out tough St Basil to beat him. Coming off a good fourth in the Doncaster handicap. Number 2, This Man Should is the winner. Ridden by Jimmy Cassidy. That gives Jimmy a winning double. He won earlier today. He won the second race today on Power Break. So a double to Jim Cassidy. Just confirming the numbers, 2, 7, 3, 11. 2, This Man Should, Jim Cassidy. 7, St Basil, Zach Purton. 3, third, and that is Another Warrior, ridden by Jim Byrne. And 11 was fourth, Xana, ridden by Scott Galloway.
What a terrific race. Thanks, Alan. This Man Should. Jimmy getting everything out of it. Beat St Basil and Another Warrior. And
Weary here with the heavy ground, but given the fact he's only had 6 starts, he's a winner of 3 of them, and he's only had the 1 run on dead ground, and he was effective on that.
And Cahueta is the favourite on track, but there is some good late support coming for Bless Him, and he might even press again for favouritism, but position he did hold at one stage of betting, but Cahueta's been very solid. Mastic has the inside gate, returning from a long spell. Alongside him, Captain Clipperfield. The Noise is linked in. Last little bit of the 1200 can find him out occasionally. Bless Him well on the market, and Cahueta, they come up together. This is Step Ahead about to get set. The red and white colours of Nadima going up into the line now. Won't be much between these two when they jump. Cahueta's just easing out slightly. Got a gear change with the blinkers on. He ran very well in Sydney before coming back to Melbourne, and his best performance was here in a group race on rain-affected ground, where he beat Cross Current and Abdullah. Now moving up, Tycoon Ruler. There's Step Ahead in the blue and gold, moving up into the stalls, so they're just about